Jessica, I'm going to say something that might make me sound old.
Go ahead.
I miss books. Real books. Paper books. The kind you hold in your hands and turn the pages.
You sound like my grandfather.
I know, but hear me out. Last night I tried to read an article on my phone. It was about 10 minutes long. I read the first 2 paragraphs. Then a notification popped up. I checked it, went back to the article, read one more sentence. Then I scrolled to the bottom to see how long it was. Then I opened another app, and I never finished the article.
That sounds like every person on the planet right now.
But when I read a book, a real paper book, I finish it. I focus. I think about what I'm reading. I actually remember it the next day. Why is that?
That is exactly what we're talking about today. And the answer is more important than you might think.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real English Talk. I'm Tom.
And I'm Jessica. Today we're asking a simple but powerful question. Does it matter whether you read on paper or on a screen? The answer might change your reading habits forever. Subscribe to Real English Talk and let's dive in.
So, Jessica, let's start with reading in general. Why does reading matter?
Reading, especially reading for pleasure, builds 3 incredible things in your brain: creativity, intelligence, and empathy.
Empathy. That's the ability to understand how other people feel, right?
Exactly. When you read a story, you step into someone else's life. You see through their eyes. You feel what they feel. And that builds empathy, a skill that helps you in every relationship, every job, every conversation.
So reading makes you smarter, more creative, and better at understanding people. That's a pretty good deal.
And research shows that children who read for pleasure tend to perform better in school, earn more as adults, and have stronger social skills. Reading isn't just a hobby. It's one of the most powerful habits a person can have.
Okay, so reading is great, but does it matter how we read? Paper versus screen. Is there really a difference?
There is, and the difference is bigger than most people think. Let's talk about something called deep reading. Deep reading means more than just understanding the words on a page. It means analyzing, thinking critically, understanding the deeper meaning behind what the author is saying.
Like when you read a novel and you understand not just what happened, but why it happened, what the characters are really feeling, what the story is really about.
Exactly. Deep reading uses a large part of your brain, especially the cerebral cortex. That's the part responsible for complex thinking, analysis, and understanding abstract ideas like metaphors and irony.
And this kind of reading happens more with paper books?
Yes. Studies have shown that people who read on paper tend to comprehend more, remember more, and engage more deeply with the text. Paper removes distractions. There are no notifications, no links to click, no other apps calling for your attention. It's just you and the words.
That makes sense. When I hold a book, there's nothing else to do except read. My brain has no choice but to focus.
And there's something physical about it, too. Turning pages, feeling how much you've read and how much is left. Your brain creates a kind of mental map of the book. I'm about halfway through. This important scene was near the top of the left page. That physical experience helps your memory.
I never thought about that, but it's true. I can sometimes remember where on the page I read something important. I can't do that on a screen.
Most people can't. Now, let's talk about what happens when we read on screens. because we do a lot of it. The average person reads about 100,000 words per day from screens.
100,000 words? That's like a full novel every single day.
It is. Emails, messages, social media, news articles, work documents. We read constantly. But here's the problem. Most of that reading is not deep reading. It's skimming.
Skimming. What's that exactly?
Skimming means reading quickly and only catching the surface meaning. You scan the text. You pick up a few key words. You get the general idea. But you don't truly understand the details or the deeper meaning.
So I'm reading the words, but I'm not really reading them.
Exactly. And screens encourage skimming. Think about how you read on your phone. You scroll fast. Your eyes jump around. A notification pops up and you look away. Then you come back and you've already forgotten what you just read.
That's exactly what happened to me last night with that article.
And it's not your fault. Screens are designed to grab your attention and move it quickly from one thing to the next. That's great for getting information fast, but it's terrible for deep understanding.
So screens make us fast readers, but shallow readers.
That's a perfect way to put it. Fast, but shallow. And the more we skim on screens, the more our brains get used to skimming. It becomes our default mode. And then, even when we want to read deeply, we struggle. Because our brains have been trained to skim.
That's actually scary. Our reading habits are rewiring our brains.
They are. Neuroscientists have found that heavy screen readers show less activity in the parts of the brain responsible for deep thinking and empathy. The brain adapts to how you use it. If you skim all day, your brain becomes a skimming machine.
So the question isn't just what we read or how much we read. It's how we read.
That's the most important takeaway from today. How you read matters more than how much you read. Reading one chapter of a paper book slowly and deeply is more valuable for your brain than skimming 50 articles on your phone.
One chapter, deeply, versus 50 articles, quickly. And the one chapter wins.
Every time. Because deep reading builds the neural connections for critical thinking, analysis, and empathy. Skimming doesn't.
So what should we actually do? Stop reading on screens completely?
No, that's not realistic. We live in a digital world. Screens are part of our lives, but we can be intentional about it. Intentional means making a conscious choice about how you spend your time.
So I can still read on my phone, but I should also make time for paper books.
Exactly. Think of it like food. Fast food is convenient. It fills you up quickly. But if that's all you eat, your health suffers. Paper books are like a home-cooked meal. They take more time, but they nourish your brain in a way that screens can't.
Fast food for information, home-cooked meals for understanding. I love that comparison.
So here's my challenge to everyone listening. This week, pick up a paper book, any book, fiction, nonfiction, it doesn't matter. Read for just 15 minutes a day. No phone nearby, no distractions. Just you and the pages.
15 minutes. That's one Pomodoro without the timer.
And notice how it feels. Your brain will slow down, your focus will sharpen, and you might remember what you read the next day, which is more than most of us can say about our phone reading.
Let's do a quick vocabulary review.
Deep reading. Reading carefully to understand the full meaning. not just the surface. Deep reading builds critical thinking and empathy.
Skimming, reading quickly and only catching the general idea. We skim too much on screens and miss the deeper meaning.
Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Reading fiction builds empathy because you experience other people's lives.
Comprehension, the ability to understand what you read. Paper books lead to better comprehension than screens.
Intentional, making a conscious, deliberate choice. Be intentional about how and what you read.
5 words, all connected to reading, thinking, and becoming a better learner.
And the message from today: in a world of screens and skimming, paper books are more important than ever. They slow your brain down, they deepen your thinking, they build empathy, and they make you a better reader, a better thinker, and a better person.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Real English Talk and give us a like. Share it with someone who hasn't picked up a book in a while. Maybe this is the push they need.
Tell us in the comments, when was the last time you read a paper book? And what was it? We'd love to know. We read every single comment. Until next time, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Tom. Go read something. On paper, your brain will thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.